Hello friends, welcome to Lawyer's Kingdom. How are you doing today? When attempting to recover money from someone who is not fulfilling their payment obligations, there are legal steps you can take in India. Here is a general outline of the procedure, sections, and potential consequences involved. Step 1. Demand letter. Send a formal demand letter to the debtor, clearly stating the outstanding amount, the deadline for payment, and the consequences of non-payment. Keep a record of this letter as evidence. Step 2. Mediation/alternative dispute resolution. If the debtor does not respond or refuses to pay, you can consider engaging in mediation or alternative dispute resolution methods to settle the matter outside of court. This can involve negotiating a repayment plan or reaching a settlement agreement. Step 3. Filing a civil suit. If the debtor still fails to comply, you can file a civil suit in the appropriate court. Generally, small claims cases can be filed in the district court, while larger claims are filed in the civil court. Seek legal advice to determine the correct court jurisdiction. Step 4. Court proceedings. During the court proceedings, both parties will present their evidence and arguments. The court will examine the case, review the evidence, and make a judgment based on the applicable laws and legal principles. Relevant sections. The specific sections that may be applicable in a debt recovery case can include: Section 3 of the Limitation Act, 1963, establishes the time limit for filing a suit to recover money. Section 9 of the Civil Procedure Code, 1908, grants the court jurisdiction to hear civil suits for recovery of money. Section 34 of the Indian Contract Act, 1872, allows for the recovery of damages resulting from a breach of contract. Consequences and punishment. If the court finds in your favor, it may issue a judgment ordering the debtor to pay the outstanding amount. Failure to comply with the court's order can result in various consequences for the debtor, including execution proceedings, seizing the debtor's assets or bank accounts to recover the money owed, attachment of property, placing a lien on the debtor's property to satisfy the debt, garnishment of salary, deducting the amount owed directly from the debtor's wages. Here's an example illustrating the steps involved in recovering money. Step 1. Demand letter. Sanjay, the creditor, sends a formal demand letter to Sumit, the debtor, requesting payment of the outstanding amount of 50,000 within 15 days. The letter clearly states the consequences of non-payment, such as legal action and additional costs incurred. Step 2. Mediation/alternative dispute resolution. Sumit fails to respond to the demand letter. Sanjay decides to engage in mediation and invites Sumit to discuss a repayment plan or settlement agreement. They agree to meet with a neutral mediator to resolve the dispute. Step 3. Filing a civil suit. Despite mediation efforts, Sumit still refuses to pay. Sanjay decides to file a civil suit against Sumit in the appropriate court, the district court in their jurisdiction. Sanjay seeks legal advice to ensure all necessary documents are prepared and filed correctly. Step 4. Court proceedings. During the court proceedings, Sanjay presents evidence of the loan agreement, payment records, and the demand letter sent to Sumit. Sumit defends his position, claiming that he does not owe the full amount or disputing the debt altogether. The court examines the evidence and listens to both parties' arguments before making a judgment. Relevant sections. Section 3 of the Limitation Act, 1963, establishes the time limit for filing a suit to recover money. Section 9 of the Civil Procedure Code, 1908, grants the court jurisdiction to hear civil suits for recovery of money. Section 34 of the Indian Contract Act, 1872, allows for the recovery of damages resulting from a breach of contract. Consequences and punishment. If the court rules in Sanjay's favor and orders Sumit to pay the outstanding in 50,000, Sumit is legally obligated to comply. Failure to comply can result in various consequences, such as execution proceedings. Sanjay may initiate execution proceedings to seize Sumit's assets or bank accounts to recover the money owed. Attachment of property. Sanjay may place a lien on Sumit's property to satisfy the debt. Garnishment of salary. Sanjay may request the deduction of the outstanding amount directly from Sumit's wages. Please note that this is a hypothetical example and the specific details, sections, and consequences may vary based on the laws of the state in India and the circumstances of the case. It is advisable to consult with a legal professional to understand the precise steps and options available to you in your situation. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for regular law updates.